50 years ago, on August 28, 1963, more than 200,000 Black and white Americans gathered for a key moment in the growing struggle for civil rights in the United States.
The March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom.
The Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s famous phrase of that day, "I have a dream," became an expression of the highest aspirations of the civil rights movement.
10 years later in Manila, times were also turbulent. Many heard another human rights leader, former Senator Jose W. Jokno, speak of his dream, a dream for the children of the Philippine nation.
Both men left us with hopeful legacies.
They speak to us today. You are America. You are white. You are Black.
You are elderly. You are young. You are blind. You can see.
You are deaf. You can hear.
You are brown. You are yellow. You are red.
You are rich. You are poor. You are gay. You are bisexual. You are transgender.
You can speak. You are mute.
You are educated. You do not read or write.
You are native born. You are an immigrant. You are of many religions and beliefs.
You have a place to live. You are homeless.
You are married. You are single.
You are multiracial. You speak English. You cannot speak English.
You are a Republican. You are a Democrat. You are an independent.
You are a citizen. You are undocumented.
You are tall. You are short. You are underweight. You are overweight.
You are healthy. You have an illness.
You are from the north. You are from the south.
You are from the east. You are from the west. You are white collar. You are blue collar. You are unemployed.
You are female. You are male.
You are quiet. You are loud.
You are different.
You are the same.
You are equal.
You are America.
Five score years ago, a great American, in whose symbolic shadow we stand today, signed the Emancipation Proclamation. This momentous decree came as a great beacon light of hope to millions of Negro slaves who had been seared in the flames of withering injustice. It came as a joyous daybreak to end the long night of their captivity.
But 100 years later, the Negro still is not free. 100 years later, the life of the Negro is still sadly crippled by the manacles of segregation and the chains of discrimination. 100 years later, the Negro lives on a lonely island of poverty in the midst of a vast ocean of material prosperity. 100 years later, the Negro is still languishing in the corners of American society and finds himself an exile in his own land.
There is one dream that all Filipinos share, that our children may have a better life than we have had. So there is one vision that is distinctly Filipino. The vision to make this country our country, a nation for our children. Now is the time to make real the promises of democracy. Now is the time to lift our nation from the quicksands of racial injustice to the solid rock of brotherhood. Now is the time to make justice a reality for all of God's children.
A noble nation, where homage is paid not to who a man is or what he owns, but to what he is and what he does. A proud nation, where poverty chains no man to the plow, forces no woman to prostitute herself, and condemns no child to scrounge among garbage.
I have a dream that one day the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will one day be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood.
A free nation where men and women and children from all regions and with all kinds of talents may find truth and play and sing and laugh and dance and love without fear.
A just nation where whatever inequality exists is caused not by the way people act towards each other, but by differences in natural talents. Where poverty, ignorance, and hunger are attacked, and every farmer is given land that no one can grab from him. Every breadwinner a job that is satisfying and pays him enough to earn him a decent standard of living. Every family a home from which it cannot be evicted, and everyone a steadily improving quality of life.
I have a dream that one day my 4 little children will live in a country where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character.
I say to you today, my friends, so even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream.
I have a dream that one day the nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
With this faith, we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood.
Is this vision attainable, or is it just an idle dream? I know that for many of you, it may sound ideal, yet reality is often much more beautiful than anything that we can conceive of. If we can but release the creative energy of our people, we will have a nation full of hope and full of joy, full of life and full of love.
This will be the day when all of God's children will be able to sing out with a new meaning. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside, let freedom ring.
A nation that may not be a nation for our children, but which will be a nation of our children.
And when this happens, when we allow freedom to ring,
When we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city,
We will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children
We'll be able to sing the old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last.
thank God Almighty, we are free at